21 years after Snake Eater first slithered onto PlayStation 2, Konami has delivered what should have been the definitive stealth experience for modern audiences. Instead, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater feels like putting lipstick on a pig. Sure, it's gorgeous lipstick, but underneath lies the same stubborn, outdated beast that refuses to evolve with the times. Don't get me wrong, the Unreal Engine 5 makeover is genuinely breathtaking. Jungle environments burst with life, character models look photorealistic, and Snake's face has never been more expressive. But here's the harsh truth. Visual fidelity means nothing when your game controls like it's still 2004. The core stealth mechanics remain frustratingly archaic. Movement feels stiff and unresponsive compared to modern stealth games like Hitman 3 or even older titles like Splinter Cell Blacklist. Snake moves like he's carrying invisible weights, animations drag on forever, and the camera system, even in new style mode, lacks the fluidity we've come to expect. Close quarters combat is particularly painful. What should feel like precise tactical takedowns instead becomes a clunky dance of imprecise button presses and awkward positioning. The CQC system that once felt revolutionary now highlights how far the genre has progressed without Kojima's direct influence. The survival elements that made Snake Eater unique back in 2004 now feel like tedious, busy work. Constantly pausing to treat wounds, swap camouflage, or force-feed Snake, yet another Snake breaks immersion rather than enhancing it. What was once innovative now interrupts the flow of gameplay every few minutes. The stamina system is equally frustrating. Having to constantly monitor Snake's hunger and fatigue adds little strategic depth, but plenty of menu-diving tedium. Modern games have found elegant ways to handle resource management. Delta clings to antiquated design that prioritizes realism over fun. Enemy AI remains laughably inconsistent. Guards will spot you from impossible distances one moment, then completely ignore obvious disturbances the next. Their patrol patterns feel robotic and predictable, lacking the dynamic responses found in contemporary stealth games. Boss battles, while still memorable in concept, suffer from the same mechanical issues. The legendary fight against the end should be a tense cat-and-mouse game. Instead, it becomes a frustrating exercise in fighting the controls rather than outsmarting your opponent. Despite its visual splendor, Delta suffers from noticeable performance hiccups. Frame drops occur seemingly at random, particularly in tighter corridors where Snake's wall-snapping mechanic becomes overly aggressive. Loading screens, while faster than the original, still break up the action more than they should in 2025. The decision to keep the original voice recordings creates a jarring disconnect. While David Hayter's Snake remains iconic, the audio quality feels dated against the pristine visuals. It's like watching a 4K restoration of an old film with the original mono soundtrack. Technically impressive, but aesthetically inconsistent. The weapon handling feels particularly dated. Aiming lacks the precision of modern third-person shooters, making firefights more frustrating than tactical. When stealth inevitably breaks down, you're left with shooting mechanics that wouldn't pass muster in a budget indie game. Credit where it's due, the presentation is undeniably stunning. Jungle environments feel alive with detail. Rain effects and dynamic lighting create atmospheric moments that rival any modern game. The cinematic presentation remains compelling, even if Kojima's verbose storytelling hasn't aged gracefully. Snake vs. Monkey returns with new additions like Astrobot, providing some genuinely fun diversion from the main campaign's frustrations. These silly arcade challenges remind you why Metal Gear once felt playful and experimental. The camouflage system, while clunky to use, still provides unique tactical options. Lying motionless in tall grass while enemies patrol inches away creates genuine tension when the controls cooperate. Metal Gear Snake Eater proves that technical prowess cannot compensate for fundamental design shortcomings. This feels like a missed opportunity to reimagine a classic for modern audiences. Instead of bold reinvention, we get conservative preservation that highlights every wrinkle and flaw. New players expecting contemporary stealth gameplay will find themselves battling antiquated systems rather than enjoying tactical espionage action. Veterans seeking nostalgia might appreciate the faithful recreation, but they'll also be reminded why some things are better left in the past. For $69, you deserve more than pretty graphics wrapped around 20-year-old mechanics. Delta succeeds as a museum piece but fails as a modern gaming experience. Sometimes, no matter how much polish you apply, old problems remain stubbornly visible underneath.